Hello. How's it going? How you doing? How you doing? This is the health stream. Just wanted to update because I haven't updated here in a while on the health stream. Got back from Cabo yesterday morning, and obviously posted pics, bathing suits, looking good. So that was fun. I mean, it's so liberating and confidence building when you can just, we were all naked when we came here, and clothes weren't always here. They weren't always a thing. So when you can just stand out in front of people practically naked and not think anything about it, it's hard to describe. When you're thin and you're fit and you feel good, your body is kind of like, I don't want to say an armor, but it's kind of like, it is your clothes, right? You can walk around totally naked, and this isn't a thing you think and then do. It just kind of happens that way, that you don't feel self-conscious walking around naked. So it's not, it's weird. And I've been heavy and I've been in shape. And at least this is my reaction, is, I don't react. I think I can honestly walk around naked outside and not be uncomfortable about it, and not, you have those dreams where you're naked and you're in your underwear or something and you're all, oh my God, I'm out naked, and you get anxiety. I think I could not have that. When I'm heavy, it's just natural to kind of layer up. So that was fun, and of course it's always fun to take pictures when you're skinny. And it's interesting because Greg had, I took these pictures in March. Actually, I think it was the end of February, but whatever, it doesn't matter. And then also again in November, because I had lost more weight and I looked even more ripped. And so I wanted to take more pictures. And, I also wanted to see what I would look like sexy, if I could pull it off. I think I did okay. I'm not like a Elvira or something, or a vamp, but I think I do okay. So it was just fun. Why girls dress up in slutty costumes for Halloween, because it's just fun. I don't know what it is. Some girls, I'm not going to speak for everybody, but it's fun to feel sexy, and it's fun when people look at you like, ooh. And not in a gross, pervy way, like people whistling at catcalling you, but in a real, like, oh, wow, you look good. We went to a bar, karaoke, one night, and I walked by a woman, and she just went, oh my God. And I was like, what? And she was like, I just saw you, and you're beautiful. And I was just like, clearly she was drunk, but that feels good. I got out of the water one time, and Greg was on the beach, and I walked up, and he just said, by the way, I just need to tell you, if I haven't told you, you look really good. He was like, there was like a 19-year-old walking out of the water right next to you. And of course she looked good. She was 19, or he didn't know her age, but she was clearly young. And he goes, and then you got out of the water. And I was like, oh my God, wait, she looks better. So that felt good. I'm not saying all of this to say, look at me. Although that's fun too. But I'm saying this to say that, it does feel good. And you can feel like that too. We all should feel like that. And I don't care what size you are. You know, if you feel comfortable in your skin, then that's the important thing. But clearly, so you post pictures on social media, and your friends and stuff say things, and that's sweet. But a few people did say, like, you look amazing. I need to get on board. You look amazing. I want to do what you're doing, and don't take this the wrong, guys, married guys, don't take this the wrong way, but like, you're really motivating me, and like, that's my point. That's why I'm doing this. I would post pictures on social media anyway, obviously, but I don't think I would post pictures of me like, oh, look. I really wouldn't. I know that's not the current reason why people post stuff, and I know people post stuff to be like, look at me, and want likes and blah, blah, blah. Not criticizing, not judging, just saying that that's not me. And even when this kind of all started, I didn't do that. And my friend Jen would be like, you need to post that. Like, why wouldn't you post that? Like, I'm not that kind of person that just like, look at my belly, look at my body. It's just not me. So the posting, like, yeah, a lot of the posting is not, I guess it is saying look at my body, but look at my body because, like, the dramatic change is I'm shocked by it. So Greg asked me a lot, 2 questions. He asks, why do you think you lost all the weight? And then he asks, why do you take so many pictures of yourself? It's the same answer every time, but he keeps asking because he doesn't believe or like the answer. So the answer to why do you think you lost all the weight? Well, I think I say, and I tell him, and I think I lost the weight because I detoxed my body. And he says, finally, at one point, we kept asking, and I said, I tell you the same thing every time. Why do you keep asking? I think it's because I detoxed my body. And he says, well, that's a vague answer. I said, it's not a vague answer. It's a very clear and specific answer. I go into detail, but I have gone into detail, so I'm not going to keep repeating it. So now I just say I detoxed. And I said, you just don't like that answer. And he says, well, no, you detoxed by changing your diet. So it was your change of diet that caused you to eat differently, that caused you to eat less calories or maybe eat more fruits and vegetables, and that's why you lost weight. And I will say, I'm not going to deny that. Anyone that changes their diet in a positive way is going to see positive results over time. But I don't think that's the key. Yeah, I think that's part of it. I've been on diets before, and they didn't have these results. I know people that eat very well. They don't have these results. And, the level of fat loss is ridiculous. The level of water weight loss is ridiculous. And that's part of it. I said, I would have lost weight and I would have toned, but you wouldn't on a woman. You don't see these striations. You could see, look at this. That's ridiculous. Sometimes you could see my veins. Not all the time, but sometimes. Not now. But, so yes, the changing of the diet, of course, it helps. But I said, like, but you don't understand. If you don't clean out if you don't detox your system, and you're carrying all of this toxic stuff. Now, what toxic stuff are you carrying? Old dead viruses. Plastic. Plastic. Chemicals. I don't know, toxins, I don't know. If your organs aren't clean enough and healthy enough to flush out those things from your body. I'm not a medical person, I'm not a doctor, so none of this is medical advice, but this is what I think. And your system can't flush this stuff out. Your body will hold it, and it will hold these toxins suspended in a solution all over your body to kind of keep it away from your organs. And if you clean out the system that is meant to clean your body out, but it can't because it's clogged, but if you clean that out, then it can work properly. And I only really say this, we talked about this before, in that, when I gained weight suddenly, I gained 8 pounds of water. When I lost weight suddenly, I lost 8 pounds of water. And I know, because you can't lose 8 pounds of anything unless you cut your arm off or something, in a day, not my height. And my friend also, when she did a fast, boom, 8 pounds. Weird. But there's something to that. And, I'm going to keep my system as clean as I can. I'm going to live my life too. We had a lot of wine in Cabo. We're going to fast in a day after, or a couple of days. We're going to do a fast because just to clean out and detoxify. We, to talk about what we did on the diet, and then I'll get to question number 2. Did I intermittent fast every day? No. Typically when I'm on a vacation, I will, and I'll cheat one day. But out of 6 days, I did not fast for 4 days. I did drink wine every day. But the food, I didn't really deviate much. Probably ate more food than I normally do. And we ate, I ate a lot of tortillas. I made sure they were all corn, but of course nothing is officially gluten-free, so I don't know if there was some gluten in there. But had tacos, not tacos, nachos. So good. Come on, I'm in Mexico. It's so good and so fresh. But, again, most of the food is fresh. Had a banana every day. Had, steak, chicken, seafood. So most of my food was still in the realm of what I would normally eat. So that's what I did for my vacation. And it's a vacation. It's not all the time. So, you can live and enjoy life. And, if you're mostly disciplined, when you go on vacation, you can. And you'll look good and feel good doing it. So there's that. Then question number 2 was, why do you take so many pictures of yourself? Because I took all these professional pictures, and I pay a lot of money for them, but I think it's worth it. And I said, well, it's for posterity, really. I want to be able to look back on some really good pictures of myself. I look really good. I want to capture this. This is just, bottom line, getting older, right? Can't avoid it. So, my own little J-Lo challenge. So, I have 3 years to go. Yeah, 3 years. Let's see if I can do the J-Lo challenge. I'm not going to get the boobs, though. And she looks like she's pretty tall. I don't know. I should look that up. Maybe she's not. But she's really tiny. Anyway, she did that spread, and she was just on SNL talking about how she's 50, and she looks amazing. She says she never drank coffee before. She doesn't drink caffeine. Maybe that's all true. Good for her. I'm not going to not drink caffeine so I can not look old. But, because there's things you can do. I don't want to do too much, but everything in moderation, right? Everything in balance. So I said that about the pictures, and, and finally I said, you don't seem to believe me. You don't seem to understand, what a difference this has been. And, so I had gone through my pictures, and I had selected some pictures over the past 3 years of my journey. And because I would say most of my, yeah, obviously most of my greatest gains have been over the past year. And I've looked the best while knowing him. So he has no idea what I look like, heavy or unfit. And so I said, listen, I'm going to show you some pictures. And I am nervous about it. I don't really want to show you that. I want to show you because I want you to see the drastic change. Because you don't seem to believe what I'm saying about what has changed about me physically. In the pursuit of health. I mean, this wasn't a pursuit of hotness. This was a pursuit of health, saving my life. Which has gone wildly better than I could ever have expected. Really, I'm pleasantly blown away. And I feel like it's nothing that I've done. I feel like it's everything. I've gotten and trusted very good advice, and I've been open to the advice I've gotten, and I've been willing to do what it takes. And I've also had very good instruction at yoga. I have very good instructors who care about other people and share their knowledge with other people to make them better. So I've been very fortunate in those things. So I was like, okay, I'm going to show you these pictures. But he was like, well, don't show them to me if you don't want to. So well, I want you to see the difference, but I also don't want you to have this image of me in your head. I don't want you to, when you see me, to see this image. And I don't want you to think, can she go back there? But I can't promise you I won't. I'm going to do everything in my power not to. But, you know, you have a disease, you have an illness. And I control it to the best of my ability. And, you know, thank God I've been very fortunate that I've been able to do that over the past 3 years. Well, past 2 years maybe. It's been 2 years since I had my last has it been? Yeah, my last major blow up. So I showed him these pictures, and it's really the roller coaster of I was sick, I was getting better, I was sick again, I was getting better, I found this holistic chiropractor. Okay, better. I found the medical medium book. Okay, and then it was a continual, like, boom. Right up to fabulous. So I'll show you a progression of these pictures, but the one picture that I showed him, I said, all right, this picture is 3 years ago. This is the one that's going to blow you away. And even my friend saw it and was like, that's not you. It's like, that is me. It's a picture. I didn't use an ugly edit app. I don't think they have those. Maybe they do, but I doubt they'd be very popular. I don't know. Maybe they would be. It's kind of funny, I guess. It's nothing good at making people look ugly. But so I showed him. I think I told you this last night, or I said on another stream maybe, and he was just like, that is not you, like that. He goes, you look like a Russian grandmother. Yeah, I do. What is it? Babushka or something like that? Yeah. But it showed him. He was like, okay, I'll believe whatever you say now. Like, that transformation is ridiculous. He's like, you look ridiculous right now, but the fact that you went in 3 years from that to this is astounding. And it wasn't even 3 years from that to this. It's really been a year. And before that, it was just trying to find a solution and trying to manage it however I could, and being very broken, being very hopeless, trapped in this body that she was just full of fluid. I mean, you got to see my face. It was just, he was like, you are so puffy. I know. This is what happens to people. This is what happens if you see alcoholics and their faces are so puffy, right? They're all red and doughy and just puffy like a Cabbage Patch Kid. Why? Because their liver is shot. Their liver's shot, and they keep hurting it more. And that, you know, the liver is the important thing to help you to flush out all this stuff. Listen, when you don't have to believe me. No one believes me, but Medical Medium has these teas. So I would do these teas. I would make them for a month each. I would drink these teas every day. So there's a plastic detox tea, and I drank this tea for a month. I'm telling you, if plastic didn't come out of when number 1 and number 2, I don't know what did, because it was weird. And I'm telling you, it was plastic. Gross. I'm not gonna go into it because it's super gross. Like, I took a picture of it and brought it to my doctor. Like, what is this? like, well, can you bring in a sample? I was like, no. It was terrible. So I'm telling you, this works. I can't give you a formula. You just have to do stuff until it works. But I'll help you to find what to do. And just do it all. That's what I'm doing. I'm like, do it all. If it doesn't work, oh wow, that I drank a bunch of tea and ate a bunch of vegetables. Well, yeah, I mean, that's good. Right? So that's what I wanted to share. Had a great time. You know, feeling good and looking good. Doesn't suck. So, yeah, it felt really good. Had a lot of attention, which, you know, at my age is few and far between, so that didn't suck. But, that's what I wanted to share. Yeah, I don't think there was anything else. You know, I'm back to the fasting. You know, you feel like total crap when you come back because our bodies aren't used to all of that alcohol and bad food and all that stuff. But, you know, once a year, twice a year is not terrible. But it's definitely good to be back. It was our first trip together. So it was, we were a little crazy. We were having fun, which is good. But I think, you know, going forward, if we do something like that, we just have to make more of a conscious effort to, he did go work out a couple days. So, you know, we tried to keep somewhat of a normal routine while we were away. But of course, after a while, it was just too exhausting. The sun went down at 5:30, so there wasn't that much daylight. By the time, you know, he wanted to get up, and then we bought a guitar and played the guitar, and then it was like, we have like 3 hours of sunlight left now, which is still a decent amount, but, you know, we'll know better when we go away what we should do. And I think, you know, we need to make more of a conscious effort to meditate and do things like that. Do that every day to at least kind of reset yourself. Because a week without doing that is a long time. So anyway, I'll put those pictures of that progression, and maybe I'll learn to write things on the picture so you can see, like, this is then, this is now, blah, 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 blah. You know, you'll be shocked too. And my point is not, again, to say, look at me, look at me. My point is to say, you know, if you're in a place that you're sick, or you don't feel good, or you're just getting old, or whatever, you just want to feel better, there's hope. You can do it. You can do it. And it's so worth it. So worth it. I can't tell you how good being healthy feels until you feel it, you know? And to be perfectly honest, I didn't know how shitty I felt until I felt good. I really didn't. I really thought that I felt normal, because it's when you get sick or when you get older, it's such a slow progression. The deterioration is so slow that you don't realize how shitty you feel. But once you start feeling good, you go, oh my God, wow, I felt really bad, and my life was really being negatively impacted by it, but I didn't really know, because I was just living my life day in and day out. I had nothing to compare it to. You know, even just walking upstairs. Now I could walk upstairs like a champ, but walking upstairs was hard for me. Not hard like, oh, I need a walker or something, but it was winding me. It was tiring me. You know, now with the yoga and the balance, working on the quads and all those muscles and getting flexibility, and also too, you know, I've heard that getting winded walking upstairs is a sign of adrenal fatigue, which I had. I mean, I think most people do. So it's kind of like when I had LASIK, and I still need glasses now, because when I got hyperthyroid, my eyes bugged out, screwed them up again. But I did have LASIK, and when I was done, I said, whoa. You know, it was like, I don't know, $5 or $6 grand back then. I said, whoa, this is amazing. I would pay 10 grand for this, to the doctor. And he said, yeah, he laughed. He goes, yeah, I know. That's what everyone says. But try to get anyone to do it. Would you have paid 10 grand before you did it? And I said, no, you're right, I wouldn't have. Because it's too scary. So to have the scary hurdle and the cost hurdle is too great of a hurdle for most people to get over, to get the procedure done. But at least that price point was not attractive to me, but it was doable. And then, you know, then I just had to deal with the scary. So it's kind of like that. Like, I can't tell you how worth it these little things are to change in your life. They're really not big things. They're really not. Going out drinking at the stupid bar, it's not stupid. I mean, I'm not dissing bars. I go to bars. But you're not having fun. Trust me. I have way more fun. I have way more fun. It's really fun to be the hottest one at the pool. And it's fun to feel sexy, and it's fun to feel attractive, and it's fun to have someone to be with who just wants you so completely, and not just because of the way I look, but clearly that opens a lot of doors, right? I'd rather have every door open and then take my pick than to have only some doors open, which might be doors I don't even like, but they're the only doors that are open. So so I was able to open a door that had a lot of good things behind it, which I wouldn't have been able to open before, right? That's cryptic, but if you don't understand it, I'm sorry. I don't want to go into more detail than that, but anyway, I'm going to get more coffee. Peace out.